G'day, welcome to this week's video. This week I'm going to have a chat about some projections. We've been getting a lot of views on one of our podcasts that we have on YouTube, and it's really looking at a couple of 650,000 all the way through to retirement. And I wanted to go through and perhaps show a little bit more detail on how I calculate this. And it's not an exact science by a long shot, because where it gets complex is we really don't know when someone is going to pass away, and where you go from being a couple receiving an age pension, which under the new rates is $43,000 per year, and when someone passes away, all of a sudden that money goes to, that pension goes from 44 down to about $29,000. So it's a massive decrease. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to flick the camera around and give you a look at how I calculate things, because I want to make sure that the person that is less, the single age pensioner, has a reasonable amount of money to supplement that $29,000. Because if you want to see, the people that do it really tough in our community, it's definitely some of the widows where they've been used to receiving full age pension as a couple, 43 grand, and all of a sudden that gets smashed down to $29,000, and they're still running a car, they're still running a house, not really much changes in terms of expenses. So let's flick the camera around and I'll show you how I project this out to make sure that whoever's left in older age, that they're going to have enough. So here is my very trusty and very quick calculator that I use. It's absolutely brilliant. It means I can factor in so many different scenarios. You can see here I can add in extra spending or extra savings. So in this column, often we put in when people work part-time, which often they do, they don't fully retire. Here I often put in when they may receive or may go on holidays or do a little bit extra. So let's go back to the calculator. Here I have a couple age 67, they're retiring at age pension age, and I'm calculating through to age 83, assuming that someone may pass away around that time. 650 grand, and we've used, I'll just switch over here, two assumptions return. For the first decade it's 5.3, that's the base case. Then it's 1.9%, that's the pessimistic outlook here, and there's an optimistic one that we choose to largely ignore. We invest into a simple balance fund and retirement spending of 72 grand. At age 83 there would be 333,000 or thereabouts. That's under the base case, which I believe will be the more realistic one, but markets do stuff and stuff we don't expect. So the pessimistic one, which is less than 2% per year, that's assuming that markets around for the next decade are doing it really tough. So we also look at that and say, well, if a single age pensioner is getting $29,000 per year, and at age 83 there's another 10 to 15 years to go, adding 15 grand from here, that's going to last at least another 10 years. So that's why I will not calculate all the way through to age 93, and these are the age groups, the time frame that we're projecting out to. We think people will last a long time. You can see here that going out that far is probably pretty unrealistic, because they're going to be getting the full age pension all the way through to age 93. So we need to be a little bit more realistic and calculate it till someone may pass away a bit earlier, but do they have enough here or here under these assumptions? And if the answer is 150 grand, 100 grand plus, I'm pretty comfortable with that. So I think that is pretty reasonable and puts people in a pretty safe spot. Thanks for listening. Cheers.